Time to fuel your business success. Welcome to Harmonious at Lunch. We're bringing you bite-sized advice and expert conversations to drive clarity and growth 5 days a week. Make sure you join our Facebook group at humanopt.com/lunch, where listeners like you and our guests hang out so we can find harmony in business together. If you're building a business, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
Yo, welcome back into some more Harmonious at Lunch. It's another Wupdate episode, and this one, I got a PSA, and I'm going to call some people out. If you get a little triggered, well, I'm sorry in advance, but I had an encounter this week, and it always happens, and I just can't wrap my head around it. So check this out. Let me know if this has ever happened to you. I'm in a networking meeting, and I'm with two guys who I have met before. One of them, actually both of them, multiple times, and I have had one-on-one meetings outside of this group with both of them at least once. We get onto this call, we get into the breakout group, and before we go any further and before you put the hate comments down below, I know what's coming. Well, they meet with a lot of people and it's hard to remember people. Okay, so I already know what you're going to say. Now, continuing with the story, we get onto the call and they say, "Hey, it's nice to see you again," to each other, and they both said, "Oh, Brandon, it's nice to meet you. Have we met before?" And I said, "Yes, I've met both of you. We talked a few months ago, most recently," and I recounted both of our interactions with both of them individually, which left them a little bit surprised, and they were like, "Oh, I don't I don't remember that a whole lot." Now, let me pause again and get in front of the next hate comment that you're going to put down there in the comments. Obviously, you weren't that memorable, Brandon. Maybe I'll hold space for that. But here's why I think I wasn't memorable. And here's why I think, more importantly, they didn't remember me. And this is what I really have a problem with networking in general, whether it's you're in a group and you're doing it intentionally, or you just meet people and you don't remember who they are. They have absolutely no regard for who they are talking to. What do I mean by that? I mean, we get on these networking calls and it's a referral based group, right? It's not a BNI group, but the whole point is to refer business to each other, to build your relationship so that I can refer people to my clients who I meet, they can refer me to their clients, and we can solve problems that our clients respectively are having through an expanded Rolodex or network. I don't know if people use the word Rolodex anymore. I'm not that old. I don't fully understand. I've never seen one in my life, but anyway, I at least know what it is. But back to the point here. People get on these calls and they immediately go into sales pitch mode. There's no effort to get to know the other person that you're talking to. And you can't build a relationship off of that. So both of these guys, taking a look back at when I met with them the first time, all they were interested in was seeing if I had clients who would be a good fit for me to refer to them. They didn't really take an interest in what I had going on, in the clients that we serve that I would be looking for. All they cared was, am I a potential dollar sign to them and their business? That's why probably I wasn't that memorable, because I just shut it down. I said, "No, I'm not referring clients to you. I'm never ever going to refer clients and put my name and my trust with that client on the line if that's your approach. If you just want to sell me or sell somebody else something, there's a time and a place for that, but I can just guarantee it's not me that's going to be giving you the referral. I want to get to know you. I want to understand how you help people. Why are you in this business? Do you even care about my clients? Because I care about them. So if you don't care about them, if you're just going to try to sell them something and move on, well, then I'm definitely never going to introduce them to you." And I don't want you to hear this as like, "Oh, I hoard clients and I don't share. There's enough to go around for everybody." I agree with you. There's plenty there. I have an abundance mindset. I really do. I have referred a number of clients and I've received a number of referrals. But in this particular scenario, I will never, ever, and I stand behind that, never, ever, ever refer clients to someone who just cares about the dollar signs. And it's just something that, it's on my mind this week because it happened. But when I take a look back, it probably happens 20 to 30% of the time in these networking meetings. So it's not a lot, but it's happened in other groups. It's happened just meeting random people on LinkedIn. It's happened with guests who have come on this show, on this podcast. And I just don't fully understand why people think that's an effective method to grow your business. It I can't wrap my head around it. So here's my PSA really is, it's that I'm frustrated with that in general, but I wanted to invite you to look in the mirror and ask, are you doing that? Are you approaching new relationships that way? Or are you genuinely interested in the person, the human being that you are meeting when you're networking, when you're having these conversations? I'm not the best at following up and continuing the relationship. However, my goal is always to leave every conversation knowing that if I talked to that person again, they wouldn't resent me in any way. Especially for, for people who come on the podcast, the guests on this show. I am confident that if I were to reach out to any of them, we could have a conversation. The majority of them, the vast majority of them, I could ask a favor from them because I haven't asked anything yet. All I did was provide the value of giving them the space to speak, share their message, invited them on the show. There's no paywall to get on here. I don't spam them with emails afterwards. There's no barrier to entry. It's a very seamless, easy process. And I don't ask them for anything. I don't sell them anything on the backside where a lot of podcasts do. And they act like a funnel. It's disgusting, quite frankly, the way people run some of their podcasts out there. Long story short, I know I have relationships and I have people that I could call on for favors. Same thing in my networking meetings. I know that even if we're not a great fit to work together, if I asked for a meeting on that person's calendar, I would get it. If I asked them for a favor, I'd probably get it. If I asked them for a referral, there's a huge chance I would get it because I went in looking to care about the person, not about how they can help me and how they can put dollars in my pockets. It might be a slower strategy, it might be a more long-term play, but for me personally, ethically, that's how I like to operate, that's how I like to do business. So that's my invitation is to look in the mirror. Are you doing that? Are you doing a good job of networking? Are you doing a good job of building authentic relationships? Or are you just lining up cattle in the pen that you could potentially sell to? It's a simple invitation. And I would encourage you to just ask which side you want to be on and which one's more important for you. If you just want a pipeline full of leads and you don't care about people, that's fine. But just choose that path and go at it. If you don't want anything to do with that and you want to build real relationships, start caring about real people and start taking the time to remember who you talked to, what you talked about. It's as easy as taking notes. Like everyone's got a CRM. If you don't have a CRM, you have a notepad or something, sticky notes on your computer, Google Keep, whatever, Excel. I don't care. I don't care what you use. There's a bajillion tools out there. Use something so you can remember who you're talking to, and your relationships are going to go a whole lot better, and your business is going to grow a whole lot faster. Um, so, I'm a little ticked off this week. Not that they didn't remember me, and it's really not about these two people, but in general, that this is the way too many people approach growing their business, and it leaves a bad taste in the mouth of the rest of us who are trying to do it the right way. So that's my PSA is just learn how to be a better human being if you're not already, and take an honest look in the mirror. And if you are, this isn't to like condemn people or anything, but if you're already doing that, good for you. Raise your hand, show some love in the comments. I want to hear from you. Does this frustrate you too? Because if you're one of the good ones, if you actually care about people, I'm quite positive this rubs you the wrong way as well. And I'm not alone on this by any means. I had a conversation actually with somebody in that group this week who had the same frustration with some people. So that's where I'm at. It's top of mind this week, but a summary of this week's episode is they were great. I loved all four guests this week. So if you haven't listened to the episodes, we had a lot of fun. We had some great conversations, and I would really encourage you to go back and listen to all of them. Dennis, Stan, Michael, and Aurora, four incredible guests. I hope you check them out. If you did already, then we're looking forward to next week. We have really cool conversations lined up next week. They're already recorded at the time I'm recording this, so I know exactly how cool they are. So I strongly suggest you tune in. If you're not already a subscriber, I invite you to subscribe. That'd be awesome. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next episode of Harmonious at Lunch.
Another episode of Harmonious at Lunch in the books. I hope this episode made you think and you grabbed some actionable ideas to propel your business. Don't forget to like, comment your takeaways, and subscribe wherever you're listening so we can help more entrepreneurs just like you achieve harmony in your life and business. For cutting-edge tools that bring clarity to your people and processes, check out humanoff.com to download our app today. See you next time.